One of the aspects that most contributes to the quality of an animal origin product is the welfare of the animal itself during its life cycle. The Callumaco farm, since many years, has specialized its breeding on a typical breed of pigs called Mora Romagnola, which breeds in plein air in order to ensure the utmost in welfare to the animal. In this case, the pigs have wide spaces available in which to move and live according to their natural instincts. Also, the mating occurs in plein air. Sows in heat, separated from the others, can meet the male in a designated area, but they have anyway indoor and outdoor spaces where they can leave the mating with a certain freedom. After 3 months, 3 weeks and 3 days from mating, pregnant sows are ready, and the breeder accompanies them in a farrowing room that is divided into 2 areas. 9 boxes for farrowing on one side, constantly monitored by a video recording system, and 4 boxes for the weaning of the piglets on the other. Both entrances are equipped with RFID readers that identify the sow when crossing. All boxes have an outdoor area where the animals can move, remaining separated from the others. The breeder must monitor the pre-parturian sows to detect the onset of the farrowing in order to assist the animal if necessary. Under normal conditions, the farm staff goes on average every 3 hours to check the status of the sows. This kind of visual monitoring is uncomfortable, especially during the night and under unfavorable weather conditions, cold and snow. Instead, in this case, the breeder, by connecting to a computer, can turn on the lights at distance and check the status of animals through the webcams directly from his home. Moreover, through the use of a smartphone, the breeder can monitor what happens in the farrowing room from anywhere, also, for example, from a restaurant. Even in this case, he can turn on the lights and see the desired areas. In this way, being able to check at any time what happens in the farrowing room, the breeder is sure not to miss the joyful event. The piglets remain in the box with the sow for the whole period of lactating. About 1 month after the farrowing, the APA's vet goes to the farm to apply ear tags to the newborns. With a single operation, the vet puts the visual ear tags and an RFID tag. In this way, nothing changes compared to what is usually done. From now on, each piglet has its own identity both at the pig trace system that manages this chain, both at the national database. At the moment of the weaning, about 45 days after farrowing, the sow is moved out of the structure, the farrowing room, and, passing by one of the 2 gates of the corridor, the sow is automatically identified. The system therefore knows that from that moment the animal is back to the plein air breeding. The weaned piglets are moved in one of the 4 boxes in the other side of the structure where, together with piglets of other litters, they'll spend the period of growth until they'll be ready to be placed in the plein air breeding. Even in this case, the passage from one of the gates will indicate to the system that pigs have left the structure of the farrowing room to go to the pasture. From this moment, pigs will live outdoors for a certain time, typically between 18 and 20 months, following their natural rhythms until the moment they will be ready for the slaughter. When the breeder considers that animals have reached the right weight and conformation, the pigs are brought to the slaughterhouse where, passing through the entrance gates, are individually identified through the automatic reading of the RFID ear tag. After the entrance, the animals reach an area where they are stunned with an electric shock. With this system, pigs faint and not feel any pain. After this phase, pigs are sacrificed. It's very important that before death, the animal does not undergo cruel treatment, and his death should be as sweet and fast as possible. Once the animal is sacrificed, the carcass is hanging to two hooks which are equipped with RFID tags and which slide on the track system. Reading the ear tag of the animal and sending its data to the tags of the hooks, the operator can associate with certainty the identity of the pig with the hooks that carry the carcass, so that, from that point on, even when the carcass will be divided into two sides, the identity of the original pig will be certain and traced. By sliding the hooks on the tracks, the two sides reach an aerial scale that, reading automatically the tag data of the two hooks, identifies the animal itself and associates it with its weight. After this operation, the two sides of the carcass are placed on suspended tray conveyors that are in turn identified with RFID tags or with a barcode. To ensure complete traceability, on every suspended tray conveyor are placed the meats of a single animal. Once the cutting phase is over, the suspended tray conveyor with the various parts of the pig is placed in a refrigerating cell, which is identified with an RFID tag or a barcode, so that in the data relating to the traceability there are also information that indicates in which refrigerating cells and how long the meats remained. The next phase is that of the working of the various cuts of meat, which is milled and processed to make sausages or hams or topside of beef. The operator identifies the suspended tray conveyor from which he picked up the meat with a portable terminal. The data are therefore transferred to the scale, which prints a label with a two-dimensional code in which are reported the data of the weight, the batch, and the traceability. In the case of hams, which have a higher cost and a longer aging, is applied an RFID tag. In this case, the data on the suspended tray conveyor are transmitted to the RFID tag. After this processing phase, the products are subjected to aging, which, depending on the product, can take place at the slaughterhouse itself or in specialized external structures. At the entrance of the aging area, an antenna or a terminal detects the RFID tag that is on the suspended tray conveyor or on individual hams, thus affecting the taking over of the goods. Depending on the product, this phase can last for several months. When aging is complete, the products are brought out from this area and the antenna or terminal detects the passage. At the end of the aging, when the products are ready for sale, they are delivered to the retailers. Through the reading of the RFID tag or of the barcode on the product with the terminal, the retailers acquire from the central database of the system through a personal computer all the information related to the traceability of the product that they have just received and that they are now ready to sell. To each product is associated a price flag equipped with an RFID tag or a barcode. Upon the sale of the entire product, either in pieces or in slices, reading the price flag with a reader connected to the balance, all the information related to the traceability of the product will be reported on the tax receipt, becoming the heritage of the final consumer. An important aspect of this system is that all actors of the supply chain, the breeder, the slaughterer, the matterers, the seller and the consumer, share information related to the traceability of the product, thus enhancing aspects of food safety. This animated presentation of the Pig Trace project was created by Edisit, a company which is part of the Tenenga Alliance Group.